Yeah, what up, what's going on, y'all? Salute to everybody, man, that subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, Acito, man. I want to talk about Cardi B, okay? I want to talk about Cardi B, and I want to talk about just the overall state of female hip-hop, okay? Now, we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of hip-hop. You know, this is a great accomplishment for the culture. I'm honored to just be in the mix of it and experience it. You know, I've attended a couple of 50th anniversary shows. One in particular, Charlie Mack. You know, he held a concert in Atlantic City. And he had like over 50, 60 something acts come out on stage. And I got a chance to see Roxanne Shante for the first time. Moni Love. You know, it was so many. And it was so many like older groups, female rap groups that I never seen or like really heard the original music, but I remember hearing the samples. I would hear certain hooks and certain lines. I'm like, oh shit, that's from some Diddy record. That's from so-and-so record. You know what I'm saying? So just watching that shit and, you know, in full circle, it was just a really great experience to see. Now, we're in 2023, okay? You know, rap has just been all over the place. You know what I'm saying? If you want to just look from like 5-10 years to like right now, so much has changed. You know, with the streaming, with the way we consume music, you know, just from the digital aspect of things, the mom and pop stores are not there no more. You know, we're starting to see a lot more meet and greets and a lot more of the fans per se doing direct to consumer, which I love. I really love that because I've gotten a chance to meet a lot of my favorite artists per se in person per se due to like the meet and greets and things of that nature. But I was watching her interview with Cardi B's interview with the Breakfast Club because it's been a long time, you know, since she sat down with the platform, you know, and had a conversation. I think the last platform I saw from her, I think was like Angie Martinez. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a long time. And a lot has happened, you know, from the whole Nicki, you know, the Migos, you know, from Takeoff and infidelities with her relationship, you know, her becoming a mom. So much has happened. You know, she dropped her debut album. And since then, since the debut album, she's not released another album. Now, she's thrown out singles. She's done a lot of features to keep herself relevant and to keep herself, you know, on top. Because let's not sugarcoat it. Even though Cardi B hasn't dropped a solo album in like, what, 5-6 years, she arguably still is like the #1 female rapper in the game. Just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Nicki's not really dropping like that. You know, she did drop, I think it was like a collaboration or something of that. It was like a special edition or something of like a lot of her older songs, and she threw a couple of new songs on there. But Nicki's not putting out new music. I know she's supposed to drop a new album in November, but you know, I go and I just look, I'm just like, yo, bro, like the game as far as with the females, you know, we went through this era where it was like the ratchet, you know, we had the ratchet music, we had, you know, the city girl anthem, you know, type of music. Then we had some of the street, you know, the street talk music. Then we had like the strip clubs and the, you know, fuck a nigga, da-da-da-da-da and all that, you know. But for me personally, you know, I don't listen to it per se in my car, but you know, if it come on the radio, cool, you know what I'm saying? But I will say, like, from that Cardi's first album, like, I listened to it. Like, I really enjoyed the album. I thought it was a really great album. And I even enjoy a lot of her features, like her on a LATTO record or her on a GLORILLA record. Crazy. Body and features. Like, she that's one thing about Cardi. Cardi will body a feature, especially if it's some hip-hop shit, where, like, the song is already set up, the verse is already there, hook is already, concept is already there. All she gotta do is put it, she's gonna knock it out the park. Knock it out the park. But she will have little hit or misses. And I don't know, it's for me, like, not to jump all over the place, but let's go to this current single she dropped with Meg Thee Stallion. Now, I get it. Meg Thee Stallion, you know, coming off the whole controversy with Tory Lanez, with her getting shot, and her pretty much facing a lot of criticism from the fans, saying that she was lying and things of that nature. She went through a lot. She went through a whole lot. But she was able, you know, to overcome that. She did a couple shows. She looks beautiful. She looks healthy. She looks like she's focused. But I'm going to be honest. I was not a big fan of Meg Thee Stallion lyrically. I have seen old freestyles where she showed like really great cadence, delivery. She had a couple of freestyles where I saw good bars, like really good bars. But a lot of the content, I think once she got signed and they like, all right, sex is gonna sell, a lot of her shit is really sexy, really raunchy, really derogatory, you know what I'm saying, content per se. And I mean, I have nothing against it, you know, because there's a lane for everything. For the drug rap, the backpack rap, the hustle rap, it's a lane for everything. But when a certain lane is just overshadowing everything and being pushed to the forefront, it's like, all right, we got to kind of have a little bit of censorship here. You know, we got these kids, especially teenage girls, little girls that's 5 and 8, 9, 10 years old, reciting lyrics to these WAP songs and all this and that. You know, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, man. And then what make things even worse is like a lot of these kids got tablets, cell phones, you know, so they able to pull all this shit up and listen to it and learn it word for word. So, you know, it's you know, that's the way the technology is, but we just have to be careful of what we pushing out there. And, you know, on Cardi B's interview with the Breakfast Club, she brought up she brought up a comment I believe Jermaine Dupri made. And I think it was Jermaine Dupri and I think it was Fabulous, where they said, you know, a lot of the female-based content is the same content. It's very hereditary. They're talking about the same subject matter. You know, they would love to see a different subject matter, you know, being pushed to the mainstream, you know, lights, than what we're already accustomed to hearing, you know. And I'd agree with him. I agree with him 100%. You know, I do feel like the labels and, you know, people in certain power positions are just pushing this sexism, you know, heavy on the community, you know. And it's like, if y'all gonna keep listening to it, supporting it, and buying it, they're gonna keep pushing it. You know, when it comes to a point where we start seeing these singles and these raunchy, you know, videos and lyrics, when them record sales or when them streams start going down and not doing as much, then it's like, okay, we got to kind of switch things up. So, I mean, I'm paying attention to see how this particular single does. I think it's called Bongo. You know, the video was amazing. You know, whoever did the video, they did an amazing job with it. It looks beautiful. They look beautiful, but it's like, it's the same thing. She said in the interview that it's not a WAP record. It's like a Dominican or some type of Latin record per se. But when I listen to the lyrics, Meg talking about the same shit, you talking about your coochie tight as a nun, and you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like you're not making music where that's like, it's gonna stay for like a summer, or it's gonna stay for like the rest of the year. Like I'm gonna bring it up again, like the GLORILLA record, like that shit come on, you still, if that come on, I still would knock that. Fire, No Tomorrow, fire. You know, and she's another one too. Like I'm gonna make another, well, I'm gonna just tap into it. Like I feel like GLORILLA kind of shunned away from the style and the lane she kind of came out first with. I feel like now she's going into like the more sexy, explicit, you know, lane. And it's like, for me, I didn't listen to her for that. I listened to her because she was raw, she was blunt, you know, she talked that shit, relatable shit at that. And that's what I think, for me, that's what I kind of liked about Cardi B. You know, yeah, she had like the raunchy records, but she also had shit where, you know what I'm saying, like she talking that shit. I like to hear it. The right beats, you know what I'm saying? Like I really enjoyed it. So it's like somebody made a comment, was like, yo, dudes nowadays is not bumping, you know, Meg Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, and they started naming all these female rappers. Back in the day, you could catch a dude bumping Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, MC Lyte, Queen Latifah, you know, shit, even Trina. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's true. It's honest to God true. It's true. Now you ain't gonna see that unless they represent another side of the coin, but that's fine. But for me, it's like, I just really wish, you know, Cardi would just tap into more of her story per se. I understand, you know, she's put out certain records, but it's all about timing, man. It's all about timing, you know, and you got to understand that everything is not going to be a top billboard. You know, you have to kind of like control the fans, and you dictate what's going to be the trend and what's going to be the next conversation, whatever the case may be. You know, I really feel like there's still a lot of shit that Cardi B could tap into that I feel like a lot of, not only even like, I won't say just people, but just like the females can relate to, whether it's struggling, you know, with, you know, mental health, being a mom, you know, coming from the rags to riches, you know, that type of story. You know, it's a lot that she could talk about, tap into with the music per se. So I think, you know, I don't know if it's the producers, but yeah, man, she got to tap back in, bro. I don't know who's A&R her projects and things of that nature. But for her not to drop no music in 6 years is crazy. I don't understand that. Like, that's very concerning to me. You know, if I'm head of a label, I'm getting Cardi B's next solo sophomore album ASAP. Like, I'm getting that done ASAP. You know what I'm saying? So she's done a good job as far as keeping herself current, relevant, and still on top. But I'm very worried, man, with this first single. Like, that's not a good sign. And I feel like she's not going to get the reception that she wants. And I feel like it may pull her back even more to not release, because she said she's not planning to release an album till next year. It's like, why are you going on Breakfast Club if you're not releasing your project till next year? You going in just for this? You could have just put this single out. This ain't no crazy single. I don't even think, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even think Cardi expected a single to do crazy. Because you could kind of tell, that's one thing about Cardi, yo. You could kind of tell when, you know, I don't know, like when it's like, I don't want to say rehearsed, but I don't know. It's hard to explain, yo. It's hard to explain. You could just kind of tell with certain topics or certain conversations. You could just tell when she's like, I don't give a fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? But I love the bluntness. I love the rawness from Cardi. Cardi is definitely one of my favorites as far as right now, but it's still a wide open lane. You know, you got Sexy Red popping off. She got the Ski record. I like that record. I like it. I like it. I don't care. I like the record. I'm not a big fan of her per se and what she promotes and all that. I ain't with all that, but I do like that specific record. I do like that. But yeah, man, it's not too many female rappers. And like for me, like, so I'm just gonna let you know what I listen to. Like me, I listen to a lot of Currency, Larry June, Ross, Smoke DZA, Benny the Butcher, Conway, 38 Special. That's the type of shit I listen to. I like to listen to motivational music, get money music, cruise music, music I can clean the crib with. You know, music where I can just, you know, go over my finances for the month and I can hear Larry June playing in the background. Like, that's the type of shit that I love and listen to, especially at my age as a grown 37-year-old man. That's the shit I like. I like listening to. Yes, I still like, you know, my Mobb Deeps, you know, old 50 G Unit, you know, stuff like that, Dipset. Like, I still like that stuff. I still go back and listen to that stuff. But if you ask me current stuff, that's what I'm listening to. So I would love for it to be, and if there is, y'all let me know in the comment section. If there's like a female out there spitting that motivational, real talk, dropping gems, talking about money, talking about fragrances, talking about decor in the crib, like, that's the type of shit I want to hear. I want to hear shit like that. Talk about the decor that you just bought. You know what I mean? Shopping at motherfucking At Home or something like that, and you caught a nice sale. Like, I want to hear bars like that. Put me on some game. You know, I don't want to hear about tricking and scamming a nigga out his bag and Birkins and all that. I'm not a Birkin bag nigga. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Even if I had the bread, I wouldn't be. That's just not in my type of character. And y'all might be watching this and be like, oh, this nigga clown, da-da-da. It's cool. It's fine. I'm just letting you know what I prefer. But I do like the ratchet, the street shit. I do. It's a time and place for it. You know, it's a time and place. But I do feel like the over-sexualized music is being pushed like crazy. But I do feel like it's getting somewhat of a pushback as well. Because, let's keep it real, Meg Thee Stallion not selling records like that. You know, she's doing well on shows, but when it comes to music sales and streams, she's not streaming heavy like that. I'm gonna be monitoring this Cardi B record. It's not, you know, I don't know, like, I don't hear it on the radio as much out here in the DC area, but I'm definitely monitoring the numbers on that. But you know, as far as like the females that's killing the game, I mean, I see Sexy Red, LATTO. I do like LATTO a lot. I think she's fire lyrically, like pen wise. I think she's fire delivery. She definitely sells the sex a lot, a whole lot. I would like for her to, like, you know, she's still young, so I mean, I can't really knock her. You know what I mean? She's still super young, so she has a fan base that loves that shit. You know, so I can't even really critique her. You know what I mean? I would just love for her to just rap a lot more too, cause y'all seen that LA Leakers freestyle? She had the jet life jacket on. She was going crazy. So like, LATTO is one of my favorites. I really like LATTO. I like her debut album too as well. She has some records on there. It's not really too many other females, bro. Like, it's not too many other females. And it's sad though. It's sad because I love battle rap, and some of my favorite battle rappers are like the females, you know, like the Jazz the Rappers, the Coffee Browns, the E Hearts, Miss Hustle. You know, like, these are females spitting at the craziest bars you will ever hear in your life. I would love to see people like them translate into the music industry, you know. So I'm definitely, you know, keeping tabs. You know, like I said, you know, big shout out to Cardi B. I love her story. You know, like I said, I remember before the deal, way before the deal, man. I was in, what's that, Sue's Rendezvous. That's another club upstate, strip club upstate. I was up there with my man Duce Prime, and Cardi was in there. This is way before the fame, bruh. So I seen it. I seen the growth. I seen her come from working in the strip club scene to being a superstar worldwide. You know, so I love it. I just want her to just not listen so much to the labels and shit, yo. Just go with your heart, man. Go with your heart. Keep your circle tight and just put the music out. Let the fans, let people critique. Just put the music out. Put a bunch of singles out and just see what people gravitate to, and then just stick in that particular bag. But I will say, I think people want to hear more of Cardi B's story. You know, we want to hear more of the story, but we want to hear it in a form where you make it catchy. Tap in. That's another thing before I go. Cardi, tap in with them Southern producers. You said it. When you came into the game after Bodak Yellow and the success, you went and you locked in, you know, with QC, the Migos. You started, you know, talking to Offset. You was tapped. I know you seen it. Southside, Metro Boomin. You know what I'm saying? Zaytoven. Like, it's so many fire. She need to go back to the A, tap in the studio with all them A1 producers. I know they can craft up some fire. I know it. Their production with her lyrics or her voice, whoever's helping, you know, orchestrate the record, whatever, I don't care. Them put that all together in the pot. She out of here, man. So that's just my personal opinion, man. I do like to see some more, you know, different content than, you know, the shit that I'm seeing so much on the internet and on the radio, but that's just my personal opinion, man. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let me know as far as what females out there that's super, super nice, that's not mainstream per se, that I need to be tapped into, because I definitely want to be more tapped into some females. I want to hear that shit, that talk that shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Subscribe to the channel, man. I appreciate all the love from everybody, man. Follow me on at Ace is Working on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. All right, it's your boy Acito. I'm out of here. Peace.